Thank you, Molly. I'm honored to be here with all these incredible poets. Cosm, that reading was incredible. And I've never been to Squaw Valley, so I'm dying to get there tomorrow because its reputation precedes it. I feel like I'm about to go to Mecca. I will begin with a poem that I'm sorry I have to read from my phone, but I had printer malfunctions today, and I couldn't print it. Unlike Nostos, algo is unspecified. Nunca sé por dónde empezar, así que decidí hacerlo al comerme una fresa, incontable la cantidad de semillas. Can you say I'm of two minds? Yo diría que tengo ideas encontradas, lo cual abre dos posibilidades: que se encuentren como amigas, cada una con su punto de vista, hace tanto que no se ven, o que estén a punto de agarrarse, getting at each other's throats. Pensé que era un mexicanismo, pero no, you're getting territorial, lo cual a ti nunca te preocupa. What are you talking about? Si lo que dices o no es un regionalismo, te tienes sin cuidado, no te defines. Since I'm just passing through, you mean, pero te fuiste quedando. I went on staying. Who's I, by the way? ¿Quién habla? I. Interjección para expresar muchos y muy diversos movimientos del ánimo y más ordinariamente aflicción o dolor. I never know where to begin, so I picked up a strawberry with its countless seeds. ¿Cómo dices tengo ideas encontradas? I am of two minds. Como si en tu cerebro se alojaran dos mentes, or your skull had a Siamese twin. Lo cual te haría excepcional, but it's a set phrase, the language figurative or formulaic. It's referent, a common affliction. Me hiciste pensar en referees. Who plays arbiter in this? It's up for grabs. Volvemos a los agarrones. Don't get ahead of yourself. Volvemos a las cabezas. A head, not a head. ¿Por qué no dices la verdad? Te pierdes en tus juegos de palabras. You interrupted me again. Up for grabs, to be for the taking, o sea, disponible. You misinterpret to get your point across. De ahí se desprende que algos del griego poco tiene que ver con algo del latín, which proves that algo, an indeterminate something from the Latin, is unrelated to algos, meaning pain from the Greek. The rest, there's no need to spell out. I've lived in the United States for over 20 years, and it never dawned on me that I, in Spanish, I is ouch. Pain. Interesting, right? Okay. The century of the self. A painful one. I will read now from my book, The Happy End, All Welcome, which is, all you need to know about it is that it's set in a job fair. And in this job fair, there is someone who is keeping track of certain things, and you will now very soon become aware of what that is and who is keeping track. View from an Aeron chair. A half view of greenery cut off by blinds. Pine cones hanging in pairs like testicles. Brain balls, someone once said at a pool. We were in it looking up at a guy getting out. This angle replicates that one, but the view is more animated, less peopled. The sky's change-ups are reminders that this will not drag on forever, despite the ergonomic ease afforded by the seat, first devised for geriatric care, then stripped down. It seemed rational. If the elderly spent their days in recliners, so could others. .comers say, properly incentivized. And at least there is no symbolic logic with eliminins and retinins. No lasting premises either. We will be priced out of any area. No sooner than the conclusion is accepted, as consequent and part and parcel of this universe of discourse, will come to realize the sense in having new places to leave. This is the chair's democracy, particularly this one with its form-fitting mesh, forsaking foam and padding, which cause overheating and cloud the sitter's judgment. It's recyclable, and that matters. Still, the office chair's revolution is an oxymoron. View View from a womb chair. Not in fetal position, curled in, but the opposite, spread out, yet fully supported, encouraged, in fact, to take any position imagined. What is one to desire from a seated configuration? If audacity requires averting devolution, a coming out of the shell, the less prescribed the sitter's orientation turns, the more the chair's potential unfolds, and the other way around. Armrests easily serve as leg rests when reclining on either side. The chair's open arms acquiesce to all, slumping, varying degrees of verticality and horizontality, legs extended, bent, tucked, or even in lotus position. A permutational site, its backing unconditional. With limbs reaching away from the ribcage, expanding to the seat back's width, shoulders go down. For equanimity, a formula. What a progressive view of parenting. Just enough protection, harnessing the body, yet prodding it beyond conformity's threshold. Yeah. Thank you. View from a folding chair. Never decorative, it embodies a chair's provisional character. Utilitarian, never just there, called upon to serve. Communal, egalitarian, leveling its occupants, gathered for an occasion. Rarely will it hold the sitter captive. Its precariousness invites walkouts, even when the seat is secured by an admittance fee. Repositionable, it favors assorted geometries of attention. The frontal and single-focused, the shifting and radial. Irreverent, whether in an institutional setting or not, signaling reversible orders. Possibly carnivalesque, displaying an upside-down world, as in a projection of the high desert landscape in transit surrounding an old ice plant in the desert, requiring no other technology but a lens in a dark room, ironically inverted in this picture of a tiny fraction of the planet, with no search engine logo and copyright date camouflaged to appear like a wisp of a stratus cloud, is the electrical plant across the street, grids reversed, as is the soundtrack extemporaneously produced, by the cars and pickup trucks seen fleeting by, from east to west, though by the sound we know they're going west to east and vice versa. A projection within a projection. These are moving images to experience, but not keep. Unsung, stacked, piled against a wall, or hidden in closets, folding chairs will be counted on again, since plastic palace people, they're both transience and ritual. Welcome into the fold. Who cares what the future brings? And I'll end with this poem by the character who's been voicing the other poems, Furniture Tester. She goes around the floor jotting notes on the chairs she sits in. From each one, her outlook is somewhat different. The views gleaned from each are not in concert. She has an overall picture, but it's about to implode. Is this what people mean by creative disruption? She would like to devote herself to whatever best fits her skill set. If she stays put long enough, could she hope for an improved past, she wonders. Yet mostly her approach is a tourist, however much she applies herself. You don't always have to return the favor, she realizes. In general, she's not a verbalizer. She mainly hears herself listening to, or all too often, uttering malapropisms, sometimes eagerly. Given the vagueness of her records, has her experience been built into the design? Are the stimuli interior or exterior? She considers tinnitus as metaphor. Yet what she gets from sitting for hours on end is tendinitis in the hip. She goes on seeking comfort in uncomfortable chairs. Thank you.